everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a really quick and easy layout to share for Cocoa Vanilla Studio. I'm using the Great Escape collection, which is just fabulous, and I have used it to death. I'm just using up some last little bits really. So I had this zigzag paper that I really wanted to use, and I decided to make some cuts. Now my original plan was I was going to cut a large piece and have a large central piece with zigzags top and bottom. But then I decided to cut off a row and then make these kind of lines of zigzags with spaces in between them. So that's what I decided to do, and that's the direction I went in. I have used the yellow paper with all the suns all over it as my background. I'd already cut a circle out of the middle of it, so this was just the border that I had left over. So I've trimmed down my white card and popped that over the top there, so I've got a nice framed white piece of cardstock there. So I'm using Wildlife as my title, which is by Bramble Fox. She designed a collection of perspective titles to basically go with the Great Escape collection, which was really, really cool. Very travel themed, lovely. I've made lovely layouts with it. So I decided that was my last title I had remaining, so I thought I'd get that used. And then I picked out some of the yellow and orange tones from the ephemera. Now I've also reached back to Heart and Home and pulled out some flowers in the right colourways to go with this, so like the oranges and the yellows. So I just pulled out some of those because everyone loves flowers, right? I do. I certainly do. They go with everything. I always use them on boy layouts as well, and travel layouts is no exception. So I just pulled out a few that worked with these colours, and then just use them as extra layers really. So yeah, I loved all the little semicircles. I've used the semicircle paper on my next layout, and I just thought the little ephemera pieces were really cool. Anyway, I've managed to use them on here because they were the right colours, even though I have no other semicircles on the layout, and the semicircle paper doesn't feature here. It features on my next layout. Right, so I've skipped forward a little bit. I've cut out some of the flags, fussy cut from one of the papers. I've got one that says find yourself. It says get lost and find yourself. Running wild, and then the little tabs that say let's go on an adventure, and the sun, and then the little cardstock sticker or accessory sticker that is underneath my photo says explore more. So yeah, I'm just building up my little clusters. This layout hasn't got huge amounts on it. It's a fairly basic layout. Sometimes it's good to keep things fairly simple, and I was restricted a bit by the colour scheme that I'd chosen. I'd really stuck to try to go with just the orange and the yellows, so I was a little bit limited on what else I could use. If I brought in other colours, it didn't quite look right. I even ummed and ahed over the semicircles that were pale blue. I wasn't sure about introducing that colour, so you can see that I've covered them up a little bit as well to help with that. But actually, yeah, I've got lots of colours in my photo, so it shouldn't look bad, but I just really wanted to stick with the oranges and the yellows, so that's what I aim to do. So anyway, I've kept things fairly minimal because of that reason, and I'm just adding in a few sequins to my clusters. I've got a couple of chipboard bits in as well. I picked out a black and white hexagon frame because black and white goes with everything, right? And I cut that in half, and I've got a bit above my photo and a little bit bottom left. Sorry for the view of the top of my head there. I'm trying to get my journaling written in zigzag style along the zigzags there. So yeah, just wrote that in there. And then I'm going to finish off with some splatters of black paint, just a few in a couple of areas, not going mad. So because the design is fairly basic, I don't want to overload it. So there we go. That's that complete. It was really quick and simple to make and really quite effective, I think. I love the zigzags. The lines on the zigzag match the background in my photo, so that's pretty cool. I hope you enjoyed it. That was Nikki Rowland for Cocoa Vanilla Studio using the Great Escape collection.